What's up, guys? So this video is how to achieve greatness. So a lot of us want to achieve great things in life and want to push ourselves to the limit to to be a greater ourselves. So let me share some knowledges that I have on how to achieve greatness. Guys, I'm still like I'm with you guys. I'm still trying to like be a better person and like I'm trying to achieve greatness in my life as well. So let's just see this not just as a don't see this as a teaching, right? Like I'm just sharing my like point of view to see it that way. You don't have to like take everything what I say, right? Just try look for inspirations, right? Like I'm not trying to teach you guys or anything. So let's go. Work hard in a right way, right? Hard work is essential part in achieving greatness, right? Whether you're gonna achieve greatness in sports or entertainment industry or whatever, right? You cannot achieve greatness if you don't work hard. But you have to work hard in the right way. Let's say you're like you're writing a paper for your class. You are sitting down for like 5 hours to write paper and you think you're working hard, but you're actually not, right? You're not doing it properly. You have to know what you're writing about and you have to follow the format and write like right content. But if you're just sitting there and like writing some random stuff, then you think you're working hard, but you're not. So work hard is important, but like work hard in the right way so you can get the job done properly and you're wasting your time and energy. So if you like need 1 hour to finish this job, like do it for 1 hour, not more than that. And you can like finish things earlier if you do it right way, right? Even though it takes more energy. So like, working hard is of course important, but the more important thing is do it in the right way. Second is never be afraid. So when you're trying to achieve like great things, it's can sometimes like seem like climbing a very high mountain, right? So when you try to walk a path that you never walked, or that you try to be a person you never been before, or try to have a new habit, or try to like level up your work habit, or all that, people have emotions, right? So it's okay for you guys to like fear something, or but you try not to be afraid, right? And maybe I should correct it by saying, it's okay to be afraid, but don't let that fear like destroy you, right? So there's like famous quote saying bravery is not about like fear, not feeling fear, but like just keep doing it with that emotion, right? So I said this like never be afraid, but like realistically, it's not possible to not to be afraid of anything, right? So let's just say it's okay to be afraid, but you have to be brave and face a reality and just keep going, right? So let's just put it that way. Deal with criticisms. So trying to achieve great things, it means that you're walking a path that was not like it's like a road not taken path, right? Not many people will walk that path, and a lot of people will fail during that process, during that road. So you want to deal with criticisms, right? Because people criticize people who do different things, people who seem to be different, or people who seem to be ambitious, right? Because like they're exposed to other people, meaning that like people who have nothing to do but be interested in your life rather than their lives, they'll like criticize you, right? So you have to know how to deal with criticism, and some of them will be positive, some of them will be negative. And like my way of dealing with criticisms is like I only try to take the constructive criticism, right? So when you like look criticism, like some people just criticize you for because they are not satisfied with their lives or they're not happy. They just criticize other people. So I don't take that criticism seriously because they're just like saying it like without like a bit of thinking, right? So I ignore that. So and when it comes to constructive criticism, and a lot of criticisms, guys, like if you look at them, like a lot of them, like over 90%, they don't actually know the material. Like they don't actually know who you are as a person, who I am as a person. So like you don't really need to take criticism this seriously. Look for people that who truly care about you and like who really know you. I think they'll be the people who really give you the like the meaningful criticism, right? Like constructive criticisms and word of truth. So like if you have those kind of people, then you're lucky. You can like ask them to ask them for help. But the criticisms like outside of your inner circle, right? Like let's say if you're really famous, maybe media criticize you, or like the person like next door to you that you don't even know can criticize you. Like you don't need to care about those kind of criticisms because they don't know who you are, right? They don't know things, they don't know what kind of talent that you have. So ignore that. Make sure your action aligns with your words. So this is really hard because like a lot of people, including me, say I'm gonna do this, but like fail and like disappoint people. It's not just about disappointing, right? It's about like losing trust. So like, you don't want to lose trust. That trust is like the most important thing. Don't like just say like not cautiously, I'm gonna be that, I'm gonna be that, right? If you like words, every word have energy, right? So you're responsible for the energy, right? So don't say things that you cannot be responsible. And I know it's hard, and it's hard for me too. I cannot like be perfect on it. No one can, but like at least try, right? So I wouldn't like incautious say that I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, right? Like when I was younger I did that, but it just loses trust people around you. So say things that you can actually keep, right? Like every word you utter matters. You cannot say things like whatever you want, right? Like speaking is a lot more important than a lot of like what people think of in general. Words and things you speak, like they show who you are. So be careful with what you say, right? And if you say it, then you have to keep that with action. So you can be a trustworthy person. Learn from greats. So people who lived before us, right? People who are dead right now but achieve greatness, or people who are living and achieve great things, you can learn from them. Like even though if they live next door to you, you can knock on their door and ask, but that's not probably the case for most of us. So try to like see their interviews and like read books, and you can learn from, right? So and in order to learn from them, you need to have a humble mindset and that humility inside of you, so you can learn from them. And this is very important because like there's a famous quote, right? Like if you want to be the best, then you have to learn from the best, right? So if you want to achieve greatness, you have to learn from greats, in any area, like in sports or in anything, right? Just you can learn from them, definitely. Achieve greatness of your own. So everybody are born with different talent, a different environment, which means you have to achieve greatness of your own, right? Like don't try to copy other people. Like, you can learn from others, but you cannot like copy them, right? Like don't try to follow their path. Try to walk your path, but like with the learnings from greats, right? But you have to achieve your greatness because you're different. Be yourself, right? Hang out with greats or who wish to be great. So this is very important, guys. Like this is something that I really want to share is like people who you hang out with, they aren't just like, okay, my friend is who, my friend is who, right? Like they tell you who you are. And if you want to be great, then it's maybe time for you to change your friends, right? I'm serious. Like it's time to cut off some of your friends. Because if you want to be great, then you have to hang out with people who are great or who wish to be great. So if you have friends who are like just like, yeah, YOLO, just live, you only once, do whatever you want. I'm not saying YOLO is bad, but like if someone takes the YOLO code that way, just do whatever you want and just don't be responsible of, or right, then like they're not, you can't be friends with them. And I know some, like many of us try to, like maintain that kind of relationship, but you have to like cut them off for greater good. Because like people around you, like we all have our energy, and if people, you will get influenced by people around you. So like I had this like person who like keeps trying to be friend with me. We all have that kind of like people who like bother us. Cut them off. I know it sounds harsh, may sound like they're person too, right? Like I'm not saying do anything harm to them, right? If you want to be great, you need influence from great people, right? So you need to have the decisiveness to, hang out with people who want to be great. Right? I think this would be a more realistic, like approach, because I don't think many of us don't like have great people around us, right? Because we're like trying to achieve greatness, right? We're not there yet. So hang out with people who want to be there. And I don't know, this opinion can like differ at this point. Some people say, you can't just hang out with anybody. I mean, that's too your mindset is too close. I mean, some people can say that, right? But like this is my belief that people who I hang out with, I think I can learn so much if they wish to be great like me. And I don't want like other people in my life, right? Like, of course, I can communicate with them. I can, sometimes I will say hello, when I walk, toward them, but like in my inner circle, right? I only want people who want to be great so we can push each other, maybe we can compete each other, and we can give advice to each other, and like we can be like a team to achieve greatness, right? So look for the team, right? Don't try to be friend with anybody. Never blame others. So this is like hard for me too. When a lot of things that I do or like a lot of people do, it's teamwork, right? And when something goes wrong, it's like easy that we blame other person, like we blame our partner, business partner, or blame our parents, blame our friends, and it's hard for me too. But I think the key to overcome this is like believing myself and have the responsibility. I mean, let's say you did a business and you met a really terrible business partner, and even though like he doesn't admit it, you, like most of failure was because of him, right? Then, right, let's say he forgot something, and then it's very easy to fall into trap to blame the person. But I mean, first of all, if you had insight that he was a terrible business partner, then you didn't need to have him in your life, right? So it's your fault that you decided to have business with him. So like look for faults inside of you and learn from those mistakes, right? Like now I had a lot of things that had gone wrong, and I want to blame the person or blame us, like people who I worked with. But no, like I decide not to, right? I decided not to blame anybody because it's my fault that I did work with them, right? I don't force me to. It was my choice. So I learned that it was my responsibility to choose the right people in my life, and in order to have right people, I need to be that person, right? Like I have to be the right person to have the right people in my life. I can't be like total like a negative person and expect like great people in my life, right? That's not how it works. So yeah, I feel like like I don't. I'm just still trying to achieve greatness in my life, but that these days I think this a lot because I feel like it could have been so much better. I could have achieved so much greater things, but um, so I look for why, right? Like why haven't and I just feel like I was too immature to live life and do things by myself, and so it's not late, right? I mean, if there anyone's out there who's trying to restart things, it's not late. And nothing's too late to start. Even like the fact that you're trying to start something, like it says a lot. And for me too, like I'm in a period of life where I'm trying to like start new things, and I just don't wanna like blame others anymore. I wanna like be responsible of the choices I made and fix like things that like bad things or negative things I had inside of me. And for me, I made another video about this things that I wanted to fix about me, but like immaturity or being more patient, having the realistic thought, and the fighting spirit, and proactivity and all that, right? So I just firmly believe that I one day, if I just keep trying, I can be a great person, and I can like I have great people around me. Being a great person, of course, is gonna be a huge challenge, but we can all do it, right? Believe in yourself. So if you lose confidence in yourself, then that's like game over. You cannot continue. And when it comes to confidence, right? Like believe in yourself, like basically means confidence. When you like if you when you're trying to have that confidence, like, try to have like logical confidence, right? Like don't just believe in yourself for nothing. Have some kind of proof to believe in yourself. Like let's say maybe you've won a trophy when you were young, or you get a lot of compliments from other people that you can sing, or right, like so you need like the kind of proof to believe in yourself. And whenever you lose your self-confidence, you can come back to those proofs and regain the self-confidence, right? So that's what I do. And it's hard to remain that belief when things are not going right, but we still have to, because it's essential thing, even though sometimes it just feels not right to believe in myself, but we have to, right? It's like a weapon that we have to have. And, uh, yeah, lastly, it's a great person. So achieving greatness can be different. I think in general, achieving legacy in certain field is called greatness, right? But also being a great person is important, like as important as achieving greatness, because like once you achieve greatness, you have that like power to influence others, right? And once you do that, a lot of kids will look up to you, and other people will try to learn from you. So like be a great person, so once you get to that level, you can have that positive or great like impact on others, right? So that's what I want to say. Video means a lot to me because like I'm trying to achieve great things in my life, and I'm working on these too, right? It's not like I've achieved everything in here. Maybe probably it's like life ending, like lifelong training, right? To have the traits. So I hope this video was some sort of inspiration to you, or motivation for you to gain some energy and keep going. And I hope if anyone out there is trying to achieve greatness, you can do it as long as you have the certain proof about yourself, right? Don't care if you believe, like if you truly believe, and if like you intuitively know that you can do something, then don't care about what others say, right? I mean, they don't know who you are, they don't know what kind of talent that you have. So even though it's your close ones, like your parents, it can be our parents. Like if your parents doesn't believe you, it's fine. As long as you know it, keep going and you can achieve greatness, right? So thank you guys for watching, and see you next video.